It's hard to think of a time in recent history when the world has been so deeply indebted to science and indeed scientists. The invaluable partnership the United Kingdom and India, Britannia or Bharti, the dosti we share, the friendship we share, was showcased to the full when we united to tackle COVID-19. With the Serum Institute of India manufacturing doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, we drew our biggest minds together. We brought our different capacities, capabilities together to save lives as a force for good on the global stage. And thanks to that pioneering work, we are once again starting to enjoy the most basic of human freedoms: meeting each other, families coming together, interaction, visiting each other from different countries. And though, rightly so, many restrictions remain, we can see the sweet possibility hugging our friends and family for the first time, and for us here in the UK, particularly here in England, and of course in India, being able to play cricket once again, or indeed go to the cinema, whether it's to watch the latest Bollywood blockbuster or indeed the new Bond film. We're all once again enjoying freedom because of the strong collaboration we have seen. But we must not fail to heed the lessons we have learned from the COVID-19 pandemic. We must prioritize support for science and technology, whilst once again committing ourselves to work closely with international partners. But we must also bear in mind that democracies like India, like the United Kingdom and others, are not necessarily winning every innovation race. Artificial intelligence is one such example. 5G technology is another. Therefore, it's incumbent that democracies work together to avoid uncomfortable dependencies on others who do not necessarily support a free, open and safe internet, or indeed support the basis and tenets of democracy. So I'm pleased that the UK and India are set to deepen our collaboration in both these areas, particularly when it comes to the vital area of research. Our ties are strong between the two countries. The United Kingdom is India's second largest research partner across more than 200 projects, 175 institutions, and indeed 100 companies. And it's this research that attracts more than £400 million of funding every single year. Another crucial area of collaboration is on the important challenge we face of cybersecurity, the cyber threats that continue to rise. We must therefore work together to build a protective shield against hostile nations and criminal gangs who seek to undermine the very foundations of our democracies. Given everything else going on at that time, you may not recall that last July, the UK called out the Russian intelligence services for mounting cyber attacks on vaccine developers. The UK and India, therefore, are facing unprecedented number of cyber attacks, and apparently, as we've seen tragically in recent times, nothing is off limits. Some are aimed at theft or extortion, but more often than not, the aim is sabotage and disruption. This includes acting against the very fundamentals of our democracies, our elections, fueling social divisions through disinformation, the spreading of hate. Sometimes these criminals aim to undermine our confidence in doing the very simplest of tasks, like checking our own bank accounts or paying for food to order online. Sometimes they want to get their hands on our hard-won knowledge, skills and breakthroughs by raiding our most innovative companies, laboratories, and indeed attacking research facilities at our universities. Therefore, the close cooperation between India and the United Kingdom is vital if we are to stand up and meet this challenge, this menace that we face. Our Prime Ministers, Narendra Modi ji and Boris Johnson, set out a 10-year roadmap for a new era in our relationship in April of this year. This 10-year roadmap will deepen our collaboration to promote international security, stability in cyberspace, including in protecting our networks from cyber threats. And the United Kingdom and India are also well positioned to offer global leadership at a major turning point in cyber and internet governance, including through important conferences like this very conference today. Later this year, as part of our G7 presidency, the United Kingdom will host the Future Tech Forum. Technology is a priority for India. It is a priority for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but equally it is a priority for the United Kingdom and our Prime Minister Boris Johnson as well. And we will use this forum to bring together hundreds of representatives and thought leaders, including those from India, to champion democratic values and discuss global challenges and present solutions. This will advance the debate amongst democracies about how we govern tech companies and how we keep the internet open, how we keep the internet safe, and how we keep the internet free. We will also coordinate work on telecoms diversification, ethical, artificial intelligence, and other shared challenges, and indeed explore new opportunities. During the conference bringing us together today, the United Kingdom will showcase our groundbreaking online harms legislation. We also hope that new British internet laws will mark the beginning of a new age of fairness and accountability for the online world, helping importantly to protect the most vulnerable, including our children. They will force tech companies to report online child abuse on their platforms, giving UK law enforcement agencies the very evidence they need to bring these wicked offenders to justice. We also recognise that many countries are weighing up how to balance this kind of accountability for social media platforms with the importance of freedom of speech, an essential tenet of any democracy. Both the United Kingdom and India are in the process of reforming their data governance. This has rightly prompted passionate debates over privacy, over issues of ownership, and what we need to do to ensure that data is traded in a responsible and, importantly, an ethical way as well. Each country will find its own solution, but countries such as the United Kingdom and India, with large digital economies, and they have to shape global norms, must lead a conversation rooted in democratic values. India and the United Kingdom also champion open societies through our digital trade. Our digital services exports to India from the UK are now approaching £1.5 billion, and around 40% of India's investments in the UK are in the areas and sectors of tech and telecoms. This is a sure sign of strength of our digital economies and how little damage that the pandemic has done in this particular area of collaboration. The UK witnessed another spectacular year for venture capital investment in tech during 2020, hitting a record high of $15 billion, behind only China and the United States. And I understand that venture capital investment in India across all sectors this year is an incredible $49 billion, more than $10 billion more than the whole of last year. The United Kingdom, of course, is embarking on a new chapter of our journey. Having left the European Union, the UK has begun a new chapter in our history, with an opportunity to forge new and deeper, lasting, sustainable relationships. And I assure you of this, we're wasting no time. we have commenced negotiations for a free trade agreement with India. This offers huge opportunities for both countries, for citizens of both countries. Taking an ambitious approach to areas such as digital trade, innovation, and data will benefit both our economies, it will drive jobs, create jobs, and it will drive investment. And finally, in closing, it's my great pleasure to share with you that at an early stage next year, we plan to hold in India the first round of the UK-India Strategic Tech Dialogue. This will be the first such dialogue anywhere in the world. The first, the dynamic conversation, will build on, of course, two undeniable facts. Firstly is that technology is evolving faster than diplomacy can keep up. Now, I'm a foreign minister. I believe in diplomacy, but technology is evolving, and we need to keep on the front foot when it comes to our exchanges and collaboration in this respect. And therefore it's important that the United Kingdom and India, Britannia और भारत के दरमियान, we continue to have the conversations, we continue to have the discussions and talk more earnestly about the opportunities and indeed the threats of the fourth industrial revolution as this momentum now builds, with a particular eye on the benefits to the environment. The second key point is that the UK and India bring together a mix of ingredients that make for a real potent tech partnership. The UK is the tech powerhouse of Europe, attracting more investment than both France and Germany combined. India, as we all recognize, has the science people power around the world, with more than 1 in 4 of the world's STEM graduates coming from India. The UK also has the academic base, with 4 of the world's top 10 universities. India has a national data stack that is already unparalleled in the world and is still building and still bringing the benefits of the digital age to the whole population. But more than this, both of our countries, India and the United Kingdom, have a culture of innovation and a real commitment to both science and tech. A commitment to science and tech for being a real global force for good, not just for our two countries, but around the world. And I am absolutely confident that by working closely together, we can, and God willing, we will protect each other from the threats and share in the benefits of this fast-changing, evolving world. Thank you.